guys would like to come back to the recording. Does any of you mind recording it?
Yeah, sure. I am recording.
All right. I'll go right ahead.
Yeah.
So what I will do right now in these meetings, it's gonna be more of a live demo. So I will show you how the application or the module can be used, and then we can go through a certain, for example, workflow. And then right after that, I can, have some questions sent from you guys. And then we can end the session after you guys ask me a couple of questions. I will try my best to help you to the best of my ability. But of course, when a question is too technical, I might have to get back to our consultants. All right?
Sure, sure.
All right, let me just share my screen 1 second. Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
So you might see some delays in this database as it's a demo database, but it has almost everything needed. All right. So let's start off with today we're going to talk about the CRM, sales, and what was the other thing?
Expense.
Yes, the expenses. So
Yes.
long story short, let's go over a bit of workflow. If any of you can give me a brief workflow on the CRM, what do you guys do? Or is this something that you want to learn right now and then implement in your company?
Okay, basically, currently we are not using the CRM, and
Okay.
we are on progress using the CRM. I mean, we are planning to get the leads from the website and work on the leads.
All right, that's perfect. So you have an established website already on Odoo,
Yes,
or is it separate?
No, on Odoo. We have 3
On Odoo.
websites.
That's great to hear. Let me start off with your workflow then. So this is the pipeline of a CRM. All right.
Okay.
Let's test it out. I will follow the exact same lead you guys have. I will go to the website and I will create a lead from the website. I'll give you an example. So for example, you can see that this is the home page that we have. Let's go to any website that's already well established. So you can see, for example purposes, we can click on contact us. The moment you click on contact us, you would like to get some information from the client. Of course, this can be edited or what kind of information to be added. Let's just say I am interested in your business. Or for example, I would like a quotation. All right. So the question is how much? In this way, you can just click on edit. All right. Make sure that this button right here, the submit, is reflecting an opportunity on the CRM. So I clicked on it. You can see that on this side right here, it specifies to send an email to a certain alias. We press on it, it will create an opportunity. So select an opportunity. In this case, you can even have a dedicated team to deal with all the website features. So for example, if we go to sales or pre-sales, and you can even give it to a certain salesperson. In our case, let's just give it to Mark Demo. All right. If we save, so just all right. So I am in your business testing the system. All right. So now I submit this. You can see that your message has been successfully sent. We will get back to you shortly. Now let's go back to CRM. Just remove this tab. So in this CRM in general, you will see that there should be a lead, an opportunity that is created. Can't seem to find it 1 second. Right, let's go to salespeople. So you can see that, where is it? Why is it not showing? Okay, so in this case, I believe the website is not.
I think you didn't click the option for create. That is email selection, right?
Yes, it should be create an opportunity. Let me just
Opportunities.
remove the sales, remove these. Of course, it can be done, but please keep in mind that this is a demo database, so we might face some issues because it's not a fully, implemented system. Let's create an opportunity, save. Let's fill the name, for example. Just add any number. Get the email, test at Gmail. Alright, so this website is published, subject, testing, and testing. So if it doesn't work, but this is the way, like if you test it on your system, I'm 100% sure that it will show on the CRM. So as simple as, apparently the website is not being updated. Let me try one last time with the website. Okay. I will add a button, set it up with you guys directly. Let's look at E4. All right. So this form will be customized. This one, let's create an opportunity. All right. Let's save it. This thing. All right. Let's go to CRM. Yeah, unfortunately, this database is not, fully live. I really apologize for this. Shouldn't have been doing this. Let me try one more thing. All right, let me go to the website. So there you go.
Okay.
So by a simple click of a button, they fill the certain information that is needed, and then it will give you all the details of that customer. So the customer name, the email, the phone number that has been filled, of course, the notes, what did the customer write.
Okay.
So from here, the CRM offers you various procedures. So you can actually create a meeting, you can create a quotation. If you rent certain products, you can simply create a rental order. And of course, when you have multiple teams, sometimes the same person, if he is in urgency, he might create multiple fields. I mean, multiple opportunities. He would keep going on the website to to make sure someone would contact him. So this way, that your salespeople can actually check if there is a similar lead and who is working on it. So you can see that okay, he opened another one, but he already has something in proposition. So you can just cancel this new one and then maybe notify your friend by logging a note to, for example, mark demo. So for example, you can say your client is reaching out. All right. Simply log it. This is how you notify your friend that he's already working on something, but his client himself is opening other things. But let's say, for example, you want to treat this as a new opportunity. Of course, the expected revenue, how much is the salesperson expecting, depending on the product that is being, sold, and then the probability of, closing. You can tell sometimes how, serious is the client. Are they going to take the deal? Are they not going to take the deal, and so on. So in general, let's just say, for example, these are certain indicators that you can use. Of course, you can select a certain salesperson. This, of course, expected closing with a date. Tags, of course, you can add it based on your company. So maybe you can have these tags set as services, for example. In this case, let's say we would like to sell this customer. What you can do is just create a new quotation. What's nice about Odoo is that you can see that the system is fully integrated with each other. As in a matter of a button, you can create a quotation, and as you can see, it took all the details of the same customer, same details that were filled on the website. From there, you can simply just add a product. So in our case, let's just say this product for just purposes, and you can send it to the customer by email with your own quotation shape. Just this way, of course, you can have certain templates, sales and quotation. We can edit it, and as soon as you have a new template, so for example, I would like to add best regards, for example. All right, let me save a new template. So what you can do is press on save as a new template, and from here you will get a pop-up saying that you would like to save this as a new template. Yep, with this pop-up, you will see what is the name of this reference email. You can call it a welcome email. For example, you're just doing this for testing. Save and close. So the next time I'm gonna send my customer an email, I'll try a quick example right now. If you go to send message, this means you can send an email from here. Maximize it by pressing on this button, the full composer. If we go to a template, just call it welcome email. You can see that it has been already set directly into your database with this shape. All right. Okay. Then from here, you send the quotation. It's confirmed. This quotation is, of course, it of course needs an invoice. You create the invoice after confirming the SO. Based on what you would agree with the customer, let's just say for testing purposes, it's a regular invoice. Create a draft invoice. Oh yeah, we should deliver the products first. So as you can see, it gave me an error that I cannot invoice this customer due to me setting that the invoicing policy is done after the delivery, not prior to the delivery. I'll show you how we can change that. So in this case, let's just say we're validating this. All right, so you set quantities 1. Let's just save. It's gonna give us, in this way, click validate. You're about to confirm this delivery order by an SMS message. So we don't usually work with the SMS as it doesn't work in the GCC countries unless you can, communicate with mobile or STC to give you a certain package. Let's just confirm. And as you can see, warehouse out. The movement number warehouse out means you are delivering the message. So as we deliver the item, now we can create an invoice. You can see that the invoice has been created. On the journal items, you can see what is credit, what is debit, and then you can simply confirm it. This way, what we have done is, we can go back to the pipeline of the testing. You can see that this customer has already bought something with an order. And you can see if there are any, quotations running right now before accepting this order. Let's just say you can win. Mark this as 1 for your salesperson. That means this customer has won. The salesperson has won this customer. He made him buy this order right here. You can simply access it. By pressing on the order, you can see how many delivery orders have been issued and how many invoices. So usually in a CRM, it is segmented into sales teams. So you can simply go on sales, all right, create teams, and this is how you can manage them. So you have a sales, you have pre-sales. In your department, I'm not sure how you can set it up, depends on how you guys do it, but you can simply go to configuration, sales team, and then you can add a certain team. Of course, every team will have an alias. So you can configure a custom domain for this alias. So for example, sales@janacontracting.com. All right. So in the CRM also, what's important is seeing the leads that you're getting. So you can see how many leads are going to sales, how many leads are going to pre-sales, how many leads are coming through the website, for example. And as a manager, you want to see why have we lost some of the deals. You can simply just let me show you another one. If we go to the pipeline itself, let's have this one marked as lost. All right. So the moment you mark it as lost, you will get a reason. What went wrong? You can set these up. Let's say not enough stock, for example. Submit. Now go to the reporting. Configuration, lost reasons. This is where we can add, the reason. And then in the reporting, we can see the leads. In here, you can add certain measures. Recurring revenue, count, days to close. You can get the forecast or the pipeline, for example. You can see how many have been lost, how many have been won. All right. And then from there, this is mainly, let's say, the CRM. You can, of course, after you create a new lead, you can move it to qualify by simply dragging it. And then it's going to give you the total that is on the table right now for a proposition as a business. So maybe if you're doing bidding, for example, for multiple projects, you would understand how much you have to pay from the total here. All right, of course, you can create the stage, phase 1. You can set it up yourself. That's fine. You can change them as you wish, even the order. All right. So that's mainly CRM. Now, what's nice? Why did I decide to give you 3 applications? Because the CRM and the sales are actually pretty much the same. So the only difference is that in the CRM, you are creating a sales order inside a customer form or inside a lead itself. This way, if you don't have a lead, but you have a customer who walked in or who called you, you can either register it as a CRM and then proceed face to face, or if, for example, they came to your office and they wanted to buy, you simply go to sales, a new quotation, you enter the customer name, let's say for, testing purposes, let's say Mr. Rana. All right. So let's simply name him Mr. Rana. And as simple as you adding a product or a service. So let's just say, for example, not a burger. Let's go for a desk organizer, and that's it. You can simply choose like which item you have if you have set them up. I want to show you one thing here. If you press on the product itself and then press on this edit configuration button, it will take us to not to the product itself, but how you can choose if there are variants. But in our case, there are no variants. Just simply press on the internal link. Pressing on the internal link from the sales order will take you to the actual product or a service. So as you might know, in a product type, you have storable, service, and consumable. All right. So in our case, it's just called storable, and this is the most important part. So what is your invoicing policy? Is it based on ordered quantities or on delivered quantities? And adding to that, if it's a service, you have an invoicing policy that is prepaid, based on timesheets, based on milestones, and based on delivered quantity, which is manually set. This might be important. So in general, that's pretty much the sales. Just create a quotation. You can understand how many quotations are, how many sales orders or quotations that is a quotation, how many are a sales order, depending if it has been shared with the customer or not. Of course, you can add activities for the same salesperson to, for example, discuss proposal, schedule, and there you go. It will remind himself. He can open his tab right here. He can see that he has an event set for the future. You can see that all the information of the customer has been set. You can add the product, so other information, the salesperson, who's responsible, who's the salesperson, who's the sales team, the company, and so on and so forth. You can add some notes, for example. Maybe you can say the customer, example, so that your next salesperson or any person who would handle this account would understand that it needs, for example, extra attention. All right. And any quotation that is sent from the system, you can press on customer preview. you can see how it would look like to the customer, just like Mr. Srijit and Mr. Litton. When I sent you the quotation for the renewal, you saw it in this format. So this is how you can actually do it. In addition to, we have Stripe as the free version where you can integrate with them directly, so anyone can pay you online. You just have to create a user and the password with Stripe themselves as a company. From there, simply you can just go on to reporting. And reporting, you can see how many sales are done in a certain day, and you can see into, for example, quotation templates. If you have a certain templates that are done for a certain project maintenance, and in this case you have standard consultancy package. So this is set. The moment you put it on the quotation, it appears by itself. I'll give you an example. So let's just say assembling a desk. All right, we'll add a couple of things. So desk, large desk, and let's just take a desk organizer for this purpose. I'm gonna save it, and that's it. All right, let me go to an order. This would be important to the managers to create, as they will save time and improve the efficiency of their salespeople. Simply go on quotation template. You can see that we just created an assembling a desk. Pressing on it will add the products automatically by itself. All right, so in here, just simply certain filters that you can see: orders to upsell if you have an upsell opportunity in your business, or orders to invoice. Orders to invoice means that there are certain orders that are out there that haven't been invoiced yet. So maybe, for example, I'll open this one, show you. So this one, as you can see, it's an SO. There has been no invoice. So simply just create an invoice, regular payment, draft, and then it's gonna become, let's confirm it. It's gonna become, for example, partially paid or paid depending on how you register the payment. All right, as you can see here. Going back to the quotations in general, so that's pretty much the sales. So you can customize a certain layout of the quotation. Quotation itself, if you wanna figure out how to change it, please let me know. I have a special video I can share with you. It's much more beneficial than just doing it live. But in general, this is the sales application, and that's pretty much how it is done on Odoo. Do you have any questions so far?
Yes.
Please ask.
So we are generally dealing with the safety officers. So
okay.
So the product will be service, right?
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah. So if we are invoice a sales order for a project, we are distributing 5 sales officer or one sales officer, and he worked 30 hours, and we already invoiced.
Okay.
So in the same invoice, we can how we can invoice again. See, he worked again additional 20 or 30 hours. So we have to invoice the customer within the same invoice, or should we create a new invoice?
Now, to be able to alter the invoice, that's very difficult. It can't happen. I'll show you an example. So if we go to a sales order, let's go to a sales order that is a service, and let's create the service ourselves. What do you think? Maybe let's do it together. So let's call it a service.
Yeah, a safety officer.
Let's say safety officer. Okay. Safety officer. Create and edit. And I will name it as a service. So is it a prepaid or is it based on timesheets?
It's based on timesheets.
It's based on timesheets.
All right, perfect. So if it's based on timesheets. All right, so is it based on a create an order? Nothing. Let's just focus on this. All right, so plan services. Example, a consultant, or in your case, it's going to be a safety officer. Let's just take it, for example, as a tester. All right, let's open this tester. It will show you the name, resources needed, what is needed, for example, assembly line and the color. Forget these, save and close. And then the moment we create this extra service, let's give it a price. Unit per hour, it's going to be like this since it's based on timesheets. Customer, let's take example this customer.
One more thing, sir. So we should change the unit of measure to hour, right?
You can, but at the same time, in our case here, I was just doing it for purposes. But yeah, of course, if you charge per hour, we can charge it per hour. But the thing is, since it's already based on timesheets, it will be automatically charging you, for example, per unit, which means per hour. I will double check on this. Let's test it out together.
Sure.
So from here, let's go back to the sales order. As soon as we confirm this, it should create an hour to plan. See, it converted automatically to hours. But in our case, so this could be your plan. So the person required, all right, is, for example, let's say this community manager. The resource, that's the name of the employee. Allocated time is only 1 hour. All right. Let's just publish. Let's go to this task. So you can see it's that Deco Addict SO00067 safety officer, right? Let's now go to the sales order. It has been planned. Okay, so let's go to planning now, or timesheets. This is a bit, linked with the timesheets. I'll just explain it quickly. Maybe later we can give more examples on this. So let's just start off with a certain task or a certain timesheet that I want to create. In our case, it was the sales order. Which project was it? Deco. You can see that senior architect, for example, invoice on timesheets. I'll give you, this is another example because the system is not updating. But in general, you can choose a project. This project could be called, in our case, safety officer. And then from there, the task is going to be delivered, for example. All right. And then a sales order item. This is the sales order quotation that he paid for, is only for 1 hour. So in this case, let's just save. Can you see it? This one, right? So yeah, in our case, let's just say that he worked today for 20 hours. As you can see, he only has 16. Now he has -4. You can see difference between the number of 25 ordered on the sales order item and the number of 29 delivered. So he ordered 25 only, but what was delivered was 29.
Okay.
All right. So in this case, let's go to the project itself. Let's check the settings. So on the timesheets, we should be able to save. Let's copy this. Second. Now going to project. So you can see it's -4, right? So it has taken more time than what's needed. What we can do here in this case, our spend is 16. I want to see the -4. 1 second. All right. So in general, it hasn't edited the thing, but let's just start timesheets and then stop. You can see that our stop is 15 hours, I would say. Sorry, 17. My bad. And you want to invoice the customer based on the 2 hours difference, right?
Actually, I think
we are.
Actually, I think it would be better for you if we describe how our company works. Like, it would be better for you. Be easy to describe. Yeah, as you know, we have 4 companies in our database.
Okay.
I will explain you about general company.
Okay.
What we are mainly doing, we are supplying manpower.
Okay.
Manpower, we are mainly doing safety officers.
Great.
Safety officers means we have our own 16 safety officers. in our sponsorship.
Okay.
What we are doing, there will be requirement for other companies for safety officers.
Okay.
We just send them to other companies and we charge them per hour. For example, there will be for different companies, the hourly rate will be different. For example, 40 Saudi Riyal per hour we are charging. Okay.
All right.
So I am sending them to one company like at the starting of May 1st. At the end of the month, maybe on the next month, after May, it's the next month, it's June, May, June, June, maybe June first week, I'm getting the timesheet from the company.
Okay.
That in that timesheet, it will be written like on each day how many hours they work.
Yes.
Like maybe for monthly basis, we are keeping a target of 260 hours. That is as per their offer letter, they should have to work 10 hours daily.
Okay.
But sometimes they work more than 10 hours as an overtime. Sometimes there will be 9 hours work, something like that. But the end of the week, we are getting total hours. How many hours they worked with that company. On that basis, once we get the timesheet from the company, we are sending the invoice to them. Okay. We just send the invoice to them, and maybe after 1 month or 2 months, we are getting payment from that company.
Okay.
Mainly, the Jana contracting is focusing on manpower sector. Same like that, we have training center, we have restaurant business, something like that. But this is the main scope of Jana contracting, and most of our payments are and invoices are related to this thing, manpower supply. So this is how we are working: timesheet, invoice, and everything.
Great.
So,
Great.
like as you shown me, like what we are getting timesheet for monthly basis from the company. So how we can use the timesheet module in this scenario, like getting a total cumulative timesheet from a company. So can we use this timesheet module in this scenario?
So basically, the other company is the one that keeps track of the hours, or do you do that? Oh, okay. So they send you. So okay, that's good. So this way you can just create a project, call it safety officer. All right. Let's just go back to this one that's already been set. All right. Let's go to this invoice, for example. Go to the sales order that has been created. In this sales order, you will see the quantity that has been initially ordered by the company was 5, 15, and 10. All right. What you can see here is the delivery. How much time has been recorded on the timesheets? Actually, they recorded 37. So the initial invoice that was agreed on, it was for 7,187.
Okay.
The moment you create an invoice, all right, let's just go to the draft invoices. The moment you create a draft invoice, it will directly change the number based on the hours that were charged.
Actually, okay.
So I'll give you another example. Let's go to projects, create a new project. All right, in our case, safety officer. All right, project, for example, let's call it anything. Stage 1 attendance, let's call it, based on task. Add. That's it. Let's create a new one. The task title was to, for example, location A. And you can simply just expand it by pressing on edit. And then you can add the employees that should be here, for example. All right. So the project, the assignees, let's just say that this person will be working on it. Timesheets, we can add them as a line, or we can start like a timer, you know.
Okay.
But in this case, what we want to do is create now a sales order, all right, for the safety called officer. So what you can do here, let's just say that you have a new customer that is now going to buy your safety project. Safety officer. Let's go back to this task. Create a new one. So this is what I wanted to explain. Now with this service, every single time it's sold, you can create a project and a task. Let's do this, which is much better. This is how you guys should set it up. So the project template, we can take it as a safety officer, a template that is ready. All right. So let's invoice based on timesheets. See?
One more thing.
Yes.
Actually, you see that safety officer, the bottom of that can be sold, can be purchased.
Yeah.
Actually, we are just renting only. Can be rented. So
all right. No, but in this case, it's not. How can I explain? It's not renting in a way, because what would make sense is that this is a service that you're offering.
Okay.
You know, this is what I mean. So if it's a service that can be sold, right? So as simple as we now sell this, it will create a new project called safety officer based on this template. Let me show you. So the product name, let's just say safety officer save. Let's go to new quotations. Now we're selling this for a quantity of, they agreed on 15 hours. All right, let me just set a price so you guys would, bear with me. Let's just say $10 per price, the cost, and the sell price is 15. No tax. Simply go back. All right. So what's gonna happen right now? Your price is 15. They requested 15. All right, 15 hours. Confirm. We created a project and 2 tasks. Okay, and you have 15 hours to plan. Let's go to the task. It's under the project, location A, or the safety officer. It's the safety officer one. As you can see right now, remaining hours is 15. I will add a line that states that we used more than 15. All right, let's just say we used 20. You can see that the remaining hours is now -5. All right, save it. If we go back to the same sales order before we issue an invoice, you will see that the quantity they asked for is 15. What has been delivered was 20. So we create an invoice, we make them pay for 20 hours instead of 15. See? So this is how you can simply charge them by extra, by paying the extra hours. But in case something happens, let me try it with you, because actually this would be beneficial for you to imagine you let them pay already. Okay, imagine they paid, but your guy had to work extra hours. So let's take safety. Yeah, safety officer. Let's make them pay for 5. Confirm. All right, so quantity 5. We have 5 hours to plan. Let's create an invoice. Regular invoice. Create draft invoice. See, it will not allow you to actually send an invoice, because if you tab and modify the policy, instead of delivered quantities based on ordered delivery quantities, you will have other issues, which is you cannot edit an invoice that has been already sent to a customer and he paid it. You will have to change the entire service to be prepaid, which means the system will not allow you to enter extra hours, overtime hours, since it has been already prepaid, and you should not work more than the hours that has been agreed on. That's how the system thinks.
So this is because of we have selected the invoice policy as a delivered quantities, right?
Yes.
If we select the invoicing policy as ordered quantities, we can confirm this and create invoice, right?
Yes. You will have to create an invoice for the remaining number of hours. So as an example, if I change, will not allow me to change it now, but let's go to an invoice quickly. add a product, safety. Let me change this one based on based on timesheets, means that you are not, you cannot charge them prior. So if we make it as prepaid fixed price, for example, warn the salesperson for an upsell when our work are done exceeds, for example, 100 hours, 100% of the hours. So let's forget this. Let's go to a quotation, new safety officer, let's say 5, and now we will confirm. All right, so create an invoice with the prepaid amount. Let's say the customer agreed with you only 5 hours and he already paid for the 5 hours.
Yes.
So if we go back, all right, you can simply, this is what's going to happen. Let's go back. For example, a number of hours here, tasks, we said 5 hours. Let's do 10 now. Add a line. Let's just say this guy worked 10 hours. So you can see remaining hours is -5. If we go back to the same original sales order, you can see that the delivered quantity is 10. Go to the invoices, you will see that the invoice charged was only 5. What we can do in this case, either go to the sales order, all right, itself, and when they double check, the thing is, as you can see, once it's confirmed, you cannot play with it. What we can do in this case, go to the invoice, all right, you can either do a credit note to this customer by refunding him the amount he paid and then ask him for a new invoice. How? Let's give him a credit note. Let's say full refund, and the new draft invoice. So what we did here is that reversal date is specific, the customer invoices. Let's reverse it and draft me a new invoice. And this new invoice will be linked to the same sales order, and this is where you can edit the quantity, charge him 10, confirm, and you can see that the amount due is this much money. By registering the payment, you should get, since it's not linked, but usually you should get that this customer has a credit note. However, I also suggest something else because this might be very confusing. What you can do is reset to draft.
Okay.
The moment you reset it to draft, you can change it, send it to the customer, and then post it again. So let's just say we edited the entire amount, and now we confirmed it. You will see that the salesperson removed it from 75 to 150. It was just removed from draft, from posted to draft, and then again from draft to posted. As long as you have not registered the payment, it should be easy because we still have not added this onto the bank account, but we can still do it even if it's posted. So I think this is the best scenario.
Even after registering the payment, we can set it to draft.
Yes.
So the payment registration will automatically reverse.
Yes, and then you will confirm, and you will have the system. Let's see. So it says you have outstanding credits because just month. You can see that this is the amount credited because we reverse the same amount. This is what I was saying earlier. You will get the outstanding credits. In this case, just add it, and the invoice is settled because we reset it to draft after registering the payment.
Okay. So you are saying after registering the payment, we can reset to draft and edit the invoice, and we can post again and register again, right?
Yes, just like how I did with you right now. Let's do it again. Create an invoice, regular invoice. All right. Let's have a quantity of it as is. Let's say you confirmed it, then you registered the payment. All right. We registered the payment. He paid. Now reset to draft. It will reverse the payment. You can see reverse, and then you will add the right quantity. Let's say it's done. Okay, and then confirm.
Okay, so this is the best way to add other extra hours if already
Yes.
paid. Okay,
Yes.
right. So I have one more doubt. So when we started this database and when we registering the payment, the banner will be shown as paid.
Okay.
After sometimes we are continue our working, and after sometimes it is changed to paid from in payment.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, it was paid, and some other after sometimes or some days it is changed to in paid. So we have to go to the bank account and we have to create
Reconciliation.
reconciliation manually.
Okay.
So it will be changed to paid. So if
Okay.
I have two doubts in there, if there is any way so that after we are registering the payment, it is automatically get paid.
All
Next
right.
one
I
is-
will. Yes, there is a way. I will share it with you.
Yeah, one
It's
more thing,
also
sir.
a detail. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, one more thing, and if there is any way for automatic reconciliation.
All right. Yeah. I already got that. No worries. I will ask about the automatic reconciliation because sometimes the bank accounts are not linked directly with Odoo. In the UK, for example, or London, Belgium, sometimes they have it linked. I will double check with the Saudi banks, and I will send you a video of how you can do it much faster or directly. As soon as you register the payment, it is moved directly into Payt.
Yeah. So we didn't connect our bank account because we don't know much about the connecting bank account, and if it is secure or not, that we don't know. That's why we didn't do that. So if you provide the video, we can consider that.
Yes, I will. I will tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
All right. And if I may postpone the expenses till next time, I'm really sorry, but I had an issue earlier and I couldn't attend the meeting earlier. If you would excuse me, because I wanted to, I'll prepare the expense with the accounting so we can see how you can, approve an expense and how it's linked directly onto the journal entry. For the accounting in general.
Actually, we need more deep training in the accounting module because we are mostly using the accounting module to invoice.
Look, honestly, with full honesty, accounting, I can give you a brief on it, but if you want a very detailed one, you can access it on odoo.com/slides. This is where they explain accounting to the full detailed accounting. Even there are smart classes that you can attend, which is very, very, very extensive. This is where you will understand the entire system.
Okay, then. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, guys, and sorry for being late today.
Hopefully next time. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, guys. I will share with you this video directly as soon as it's uploaded.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Yeah, have a good day.